Hey, what's up YouTube? Today we're going to take a look at arpeggios. I wanted to share with you what I went through when I decided I wanted to learn how to sweep pick. So I was in a band when I was a kid, and we did a lot of like Megadeth and Pantera and heavier metal music. Good shred guitar players, With Megadeth, for me it was all about Marty Friedman, and when I heard, I think it was Holy Wars, had that really cool little sweep in the solo, I was like, I gotta learn this. So when trying to learn how to sweep pick, for me, for the longest time, it was just a big sloppy mess. So when I got to Berkeley, I'm focusing on guitar, I'm focusing on technique. I decided to just kind of dig in and get it down. So I'm going to share with you what I did to get the technique down. Let's jump into it. Okay, so to start off, one of the things I do is I'll take a shape. Okay, so we all should know the D chord at this point, right? So it's a pretty simple major chord shape. I call it the triangle because it's shaped like a triangle. So we'll just take that shape to start. This is actually how I started. So I'm going to want to work it up to speed. So I'm not using a metronome right now. I'm just going to show you what I did, and then I'll do the metronome in a second. So I'll take a D chord, but the shape, and I'll play it up here. Okay, so my D chord all the way up here, and I'll add that A. So okay, and what I'll do, because it's an easy shape and I know it, is you're gonna down pick the three notes, and then I up pick the A, and then hammer off to the back to the F sharp, and then down, and then up. So it looks like that. Okay, so what you want to do is start working on it with a metronome. So I'm going to show you that real quick. So I use a metronome app on my phone. You can, of course, use a metronome from like Logic Pro or one of your DAWs. So I'm going to start with, let's jump to 120 beats per minute. Okay. So you can hear it. This app is called Metronome. I believe it's called, yes, Metronome. So, all right, so I'm going to use this as my metronome. Okay. So what I want to do is this side. Now I want to do eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Now that might get kind of easy and boring, so what you can do while you're working on it is you can kind of move it around. All right, now let's jump it up to let's go 150. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Okay, now we're going to go up even faster. Let's go to 180. Come on. There we go. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Now don't worry about making mistakes, because that's all part of practicing, right? So I'm going up to 200. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. think you hear, like every once in a while I'll miss a string, and that's normal, so it's part of practicing. And if that's like really easy, because this is 200, right? We can also increase it to 16th notes. 1 and 2. 1, 2, 2, 1. From there, the next step is I add the rest of the arpeggio. Okay, so the way that I always played this arpeggio and there's your sweep. Okay, that's a D major sweep. Okay. And the cool thing is, once you learn the shapes and you know the theory, the third is flat for minor, all you have to do is then just lower the 1 instead of going, you go. So there's your major, and then your minor. So very cool. The hard part, like I said, is getting used to playing it to the click. Keeping it even, keeping it steady, because when you're sweeping, it's really hard to keep control over the pick because you're letting it go. You're just letting it slide. And when you're doing that to a click, it's a little trickier, especially slower. Like, if you've ever seen people who shred, they can play really, really fast. But then if you try to play the same exercise slower, it's not that it's hard, it's just harder to keep it even or keep it steady because you're used to playing it at a certain tempo. So playing with the metronome will help you get the hang of that better. So that's why I recommend doing this with the metronome. So I'm going to share with you guys one last exercise that my old guitar teacher, Joe Stump, showed me. He used a little section from an Yngwie Malmsteen song, and it was this 2-string arpeggio. Basically sounds like this. And what he did after that was we would add another note, make it a 3-string arpeggio. So we would go, so instead of going up, we actually go down. Anyways, okay, so you would take the A minor, go up to the B diminished, and down, back to the A minor, and then a major, to diminished, and then a little harmonic minor run. And then you make it the extra. And that's pretty much it. So it's a fun one to do. A little hard to get it really fast because when I try and do it really fast, it gets a little sloppy. So whichever part you need to work on, you can. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. I do plan on doing a lot more videos. I've been on a little bit of a hiatus because of work. Been working a lot. I'm still working, but I'm trying to make more time to do this stuff. I'm also trying to have time for the family, time for video games, things like that. A lot of things I like to do. I've also been doing really well on my diet, as you can probably see. I'm down about 100 pounds, which is pretty crazy. But I feel great, and it's motivating me to continue doing what I'm doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for another. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys soon.